Most container gardeners think every growing season starts the same way. New seeds, new seedlings, fresh soil, and another round of planting. Then, a few months later, the plants disappear, and you're back at the beginning. But what if some of your containers didn't have to start over? Because not every vegetable is designed to live for just one season. Some can return from the same roots, crowns, or bulbs year after year. And for container gardeners, that creates a completely different kind of garden. Instead of constantly replacing plants, you're building a food-producing system that can become more valuable with time. Today, we're counting down 5 perennial vegetables you can plant once and harvest for years. Some are familiar. Others are vegetables most gardeners have never considered growing. And number 1 may be the most rewarding long-term investment of them all. Let's get started. Number 5, Egyptian walking onion. Kicking off our countdown is the Egyptian walking onion. Most onions follow a simple cycle. You plant them, they grow, you harvest them, and then you start again the following season. Egyptian walking onions have a completely different strategy. Instead of depending entirely on seeds, they produce clusters of tiny bulbils near the top of their stalks. As those bulbils become heavier, the stalk bends toward the ground. Eventually, the tiny onions touch the soil, begin rooting, and develop into new plants. That's how this strange onion earned its name. It appears to slowly walk across the garden. And in a container, that natural reproduction can become a major advantage. You can harvest the green tops like scallions, while allowing the plant to continue producing underground bulbs and new bulbils. The real benefit isn't one giant harvest, it's continuous production. Plant it once, give it a permanent home, and the plant can keep returning while producing new generations of onions. For gardeners who want less replanting and more reliability, that's a powerful combination. Number 4, sea kale. Moving to number 4, we have sea kale, one of the most unusual perennial vegetables you can grow. Native to coastal regions of Europe, sea kale evolved in environments where conditions could be tough, and that toughness follows it into the garden. Once established, sea kale develops a strong root system that allows it to return year after year. But what makes it especially interesting is that you're not limited to one type of harvest. In spring, the young shoots can be harvested and are often compared to asparagus. Later, the leaves become another edible crop, and eventually, even the flower buds can be used. One established plant can therefore provide several different harvest opportunities throughout its growing cycle. Sea kale also has an advantage that many container gardeners appreciate. It isn't just productive, it's attractive. Its blue-green foliage can give a container a completely different appearance from ordinary vegetables. And when it flowers, it produces clusters of delicate white blooms. So you're getting a perennial food crop that can also add visual interest to your garden. The important part is patience. Like many perennial vegetables, sea kale needs time to establish its root system. But once that foundation is built, the plant can return every year instead of forcing you to begin again. Number 3, garlic chives. This may be one of the simplest perennial vegetables on the entire list. Garlic chives return from the same root system every year, producing fresh shoots as the growing season begins. And unlike vegetables that give you one harvest and disappear, garlic chives can be harvested repeatedly. Cut the leaves, the plant grows again. Harvest another handful, more shoots appear. This cycle can continue throughout much of the growing season. The flavor is another reason they're so useful. Garlic chives have a mild garlic character that works in soups, salads, stir-fries, sauces, and countless everyday meals. And because they grow in compact clumps, they don't require a huge amount of space. That makes them particularly valuable for container gardeners. Even if you only have a patio or balcony, one permanent container can provide fresh greens year after year. Then, later in the season, the plant produces small white flowers. Those flowers are attractive to pollinators and can also be used as an edible garnish. It's a simple plant with a surprisingly long list of benefits: low maintenance, repeated harvests, compact growth, and most importantly, no need to start from scratch every spring. Number 2, Jerusalem Artichoke. Now we're down to the final 2, and number 2 is Jerusalem Artichoke. Despite its name, it isn't from Jerusalem, and it isn't an artichoke. It's actually a type of sunflower that produces edible tubers underground. Above the soil, the plant can grow tall and produce bright yellow flowers, but the real harvest is happening underneath. As the season progresses, the plant sends energy underground and develops clusters of tubers. And once established, Jerusalem Artichoke has an impressive ability to come back. Even small tubers left behind after harvesting can sprout again the following season. That means one planting can potentially continue producing for years. In fact, its biggest challenge isn't keeping it alive, it's keeping it contained. That's one reason a large container can be useful. The container helps control its spread while giving the plant enough room for substantial underground growth. And as the plant becomes established, the harvest can become increasingly reliable. This is the kind of perennial vegetable that demonstrates why long-term gardening can be so powerful. You don't have to rebuild the entire crop every year. The plant does much of the work itself. Number 1, asparagus. And finally, taking the number 1 position is asparagus. If there is one vegetable that truly represents the idea of planting for the future, this is it. Asparagus requires something most modern gardeners aren't always willing to give: patience. In its early years, asparagus spends much of its energy developing an extensive root system beneath the soil. You may look at the container and wonder why you're waiting so long, but underneath the surface, the plant is building its future. Once established, asparagus produces tender spears every spring, and those spears emerge from the same crown year after year. That's what makes asparagus so different. You're not simply growing one season of vegetables, you're creating a long-term food source. A healthy asparagus planting can remain productive for many years when properly maintained. And while asparagus needs considerably more space than something like garlic chives, it can still be grown in a sufficiently large, deep container. After harvesting ends, the plant isn't finished. It produces tall, fern-like foliage that continues gathering energy and sending resources back into the ground. That stored energy helps prepare the plant for the following spring. So while your annual vegetables are being pulled out and replaced, your asparagus is quietly preparing another harvest. And that is the real power of perennial vegetables. The first year isn't necessarily about maximum production, it's about building the system. The second year, it becomes more established, and over time, the same plant can continue rewarding you. The Egyptian walking onion can reproduce itself. Sea kale can return and provide multiple edible harvests. Garlic chives can supply fresh leaves again and again. Jerusalem artichoke can regenerate from underground tubers, and asparagus can reward patience with years of spring harvests. So instead of filling every container with vegetables that disappear at the end of the season, dedicate a few containers to plants that come back, because the smartest container garden isn't necessarily the one you replant the most, it's the one that becomes more productive with time. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these 5 perennial vegetables would you plant first? Let me know in the comments. And if you want more gardening ideas that help you grow more food while doing less unnecessary work, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next garden.